And welcome into the Rob and KO podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Joining me this evening is a gentleman that was called Carolina Crackpipe on Fox Sports Radio 1400 today. In the real world, Jackpot, people are calling you Carolina Crackpipe, sir. Your thoughts on that? I'm not going to call you. I mean, that's pretty bad. But Carolina Crackpipe, holy crap.
Well, like you said, I'm the what was it? I'm the fattest crack pipe or crackhead, as it were, that ever was. So, and I said that Carolina turkey and gravy pipe, or Carolina milk and cookies, or Carolina tacos and beer pipe might be more along the lines there. But anyway,
yeah, we've got a ton of stuff to get into this evening. We've got Will Muschamp is getting paid more money to suck at another spot in the SEC East. What else do we got? Tennessee has some issues where Josh Heupel's looking more and more like a jerk, and we have to pay homage to Carolina Jackpot because he was one of the first ones to say, maybe this guy is a jerk, right here on this very program. 2 days after he was hired, Jackpot was leading the charge. So we'll talk about that. And what else do we got? We got all kinds of other little things we'll get into. The National Signing Day, which is now like, all that shit happened in December. That's kind of how it is around the country now with the early signing day. But today was the typical National Signing Day.
I think you must have apparently made someone mad today during your radio show, and I've got to say, guilty. I didn't listen to that because I was working, and I didn't get to listen to it on the way home either. I was too worried about what Walt was talking about. Anyway, Woodrow Call, not sure who he's a fan of, says, "Who cares? I don't even know what you talked about today. Who cares? If a young man is a goof football player and student, he will be successful somewhere else. This happens all the time. New coach, new scheme. Get real, dude. You sound a little light in the loafers."
Yeah, I'm light in the loafers. I guess what you're going to tell the...
That must have happened after you had your two kids, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go. That's hilarious to me. I'm lighting the loafers, but the head coach for that team there said basically Tennessee can't recruit here anymore. That's what you've got at Tennessee now. A coach that's running off high school coaches in Alabama.
Well, I sent you one the other day. It was him, wasn't it? The one that
it was the same one.
He yanked some kid's offer. It was like a 6'7", 330-pound offensive lineman, and they yanked his offer. How can they afford to yank any offers?
Well, the Tennessee fan will tell you, we still have the 18th ranked class in the country. That's what we got. We still got the 18th ranked class in the country. So, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's amazing to me, but it started off like third, wasn't it? They were ranked. Oh, we got the third class.
But if you remember, that's because they just signed a shitload of people.
They signed like 25. They signed 25 kids right off the goddamn get-go, and they were like, "Oh, look at that! We got a better ranked class than Clemson. We've got a better ranked class than Texas A&M. We got a better ranked class than Georgia," and then it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Funny too, none of them comment on these videos anymore. You can't find them.
Yeah.
Like, go grab some milk cartons and start printing pictures of BVD. We need some. Who else is on here? Who are our Tennessee people?
We lost a lot of Florida fans too. We had Destroy. He was running his mouth.
I think the comrade ran him off.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Eric Twyman. He's a Tennessee man.
Allen's a Tennessee guy, I believe.
No, I think he's a Georgia man.
Oh, well. whatever. He should be a Tennessee guy. His comments that he makes him seem like he's a Tennessee guy. None of them are very bright.
Brandon Kuhn chimes in. I mean, we signed 13 players.
Right.
I mean, Shane Beamer did the best he could with what he had. Dude had like 6 weeks to work on this recruiting class. I mean, when like 9 of the 10 assistant coaches who are recruiting these kids get fired, I mean, they're obviously you're going to lose some of them. And the class wasn't that good to begin with. It was ranked like 50th. So that's all Muschamp. So
yep.
That's your boy though, folks. That's your boy there, Georgia fans.
Yeah, well, we're going to open up the phones in a moment. Let's thank our sponsors first, Callaway's Bar and Grill in West Columbia, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. You can check us out or check me out there. I do trivia there on Saturday nights. Really fun. Great place to get some wings and beer and all kinds of good food. Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. We also have DNC Trucking and Transport Fireside Chats with Uncle Kale. Uncle Kale, can you please hit us with some information here, sir?
All right. Sucks to be a Gamecock. A wise man once said the only Carolina is the Tar Heels and the only USC is Southern Cal. Only ignorant, knuckle-dragging Gamecocks fans refer to themselves as Carolina or USC are not that bright. Remember, it sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport, always giving us wonderful fireside chats with Uncle Kale. Anyway, the big headline today, and I floated this conspiracy theory out there, Jackpot. Will Muschamp is good friends with Kirby Smart, and Kirby Smart gives him a job as an analyst. He said in his Zoom meeting today, and I don't know if you caught this or not, but he said in his Zoom meeting that watch Jackpot's face when I say this. Will Muschamp's job is to, quote, coach our coaches.
Really? This staff just went to this staff just won a New Year's Six Bowl.
Yeah.
What they finish ranked like 4, 5?
Uh-huh.
Not sure, but they need someone. They need a man who won 6 games over the past 2 years to coach them.
Yeah, to coach up their coaches.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I found funny today too? I was reading it over on the Big Spur. Shane Beamer was talking about people that he when he first got this job here, who he talked to, confided in, sought advice from. Right. And he brought up his fucking name. Did you read that? Can you believe that shit? I mean, I don't know. I think that might have been taken out of context. Okay. He reached out to his dad. Say he talked to Lincoln Riley a lot. Okay, y'all, I get all that. But he also talked with the former Gamecock coach, Will Muschamp. I mean, the only thing he should have been calling him and asking him was, "Hey, dude, where'd you put the keys for the filing cabinet? The one, yeah, no, not the one by the water cooler. The one over there by the potted plants. Do you know where it's at by chance? Because I need to get in there since it's my office now." Maybe that's what really happened. I don't think that he was calling him, asking him for advice on anything. Yeah, I mean, if he did,
yeah, that's like strike one against Beamer. If you're calling Will Muschamp for advice, don't do that. If you need to know where the good food places are, we've got people that can help you with that.
Rob,
you were here before. You should know that.
Rob D says, "Old Jackpot underestimates just how bad of a program South Carolina is." Okay. Samuel Pate says, ECU 27, SC 20. Okay. Based on what? I bet you've never watched an ECU game in your life.
Let's respond to Billy Cole's comment here. How can you make fun of Tennessee recruiting at number 16? I'm not making fun of them being 16th. I'm making fun of them because
I honestly think it's great. I mean, that's a miracle. that they were able to pull that off. I mean, how the hell they were able to keep that together and finish at number 16 and not 61, which would be more likely where I would have thought it would have finished at. That's actually somebody did a good job.
Big Vol Daddy sent me to troll this channel. Well, I don't know who Big Vol Daddy is, but he's welcome to come and troll, and we'll shred him and send him on his way.
BVD is the one that I took the bet with when I cracked the eggs and the milk all over my head, sir.
Oh yeah, yeah. You lost.
BVD was doing the morning show with Uncle Lou for a while, but he hasn't been doing it lately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's that too. Anyway, setting up the phones. We'll take calls this evening. And once I get the phone system booted up here, we'll get on that as we get, I'm not making fun of Tennessee at 16. I'm making fun of the fact that new coach doesn't honor the scholarships that are there. And this is something that I've done in the past. When Bobby Petrino took over at Louisville, he didn't honor a scholarship for a player to go there. And I tweeted at him about it, and he blocked me on Twitter. I tweet at coaches. I don't tweet at players. But, if you were offered by the program, you're no bigger than the program, sir. Just because you think, well, I'm hot shit because I went to UCF and I was pretty good down there. The T is not as important as I am. No, the kid was recruited by Tennessee. Get him there and honor the scholarship for a year, and then you can move on from that. It's a real crappy thing to do. What are you laughing at?
Comment here from Roll MF and Tide says, I guess Tennessee recruiting pitch worked. Can I supersize that for you?
Can I supersize that for you? I thought, well, Jerome had the great line the other night with, what is it? Sweet and sour. They got extra sweet and sour sauce if they committed.
Brandon Kuhn asked, Kel, what do you think of the new Gamecock running back coach Howard Monterio Hardesty? Be honest, I don't know. I'm going to have to read up about him. I know he's from Tennessee, and the Tennessee man will tell you that they could have him back anytime they wanted to if he goes down here and shows that he's worth something. However, I understand he was offered the job there, and he turned it down to come to South Carolina.
Let's respond to this comment. Crack pipe, fattest crackhead I know. Beamer signed 4 guys, then had the nerve to pull a Pee Wee Herman and say, quote, I meant to do that. What the hell, man? I think I can explain that to you if you want, but jackpot, have at it. I'll give that's right up here.
Go ahead. I'm not.
So Beamer's logic was he wanted to make sure he had his kids. Okay. Now, he did honor all of the scholarships that were offered to players by Coach Muschamp. He was not a complete jizz mop like the Tennessee coach. He honored all those scholarships and went and got the kids that he knew that he could get. And he knew that the transfer portal was going to be there and he could have the opportunity to get players like that. So when he says that, that's what he meant. That's what he meant. And by the time he got in there anyway, the majority of the recruiting was over. Your first recruiting class at a school is generally jack shit. You don't really get anything that's worth a damn because everybody's already been recruited. It's just the way that it is. I'm not one to defend Shane Beamer or South Carolina. I hope they lose every damn game they play. But the reality is that we do try to deal with facts on this show, and that's the absolute fact.
Yeah, I mean,
there you go with that.
Yeah, I like to go back and look at all of our recruiting. I think Muschamp's class, his first class there wasn't too hot.
I think the best player he had in that class was Brian Edwards.
It was either him or old Smacklewayne. Remember him? Yeah. The one that got lied to?
I think that was, he did get lied to.
He wasn't shit.
Well, that he should have been a baseball player.
There was a lot of upside though coming out of high school. Who'd have thought? I don't know.
Yeah, I've got the wrong phone number. I gotta fix the phone number. Anyway, there we go. So my thing is that you got to give Muschamp time, not Muschamp, but Beamer time. Shark probably gets to punch me for that, but yeah, it's one other thing too on the Muschamp front. I think he was hired at Georgia simply to help get that quarterback in there. I truly believe that. I think he had the relationship with him, and then it went from there. I really think that had something to do with it, but he's getting $300,000 to be an analyst. I want one of those jobs. What do you want me to analyze? I can analyze anything. Shit.
They don't need that ass hat to analyze shit. I don't know. Where's he gonna live? I mean, is he gonna? I know when he was coaching at Carolina, he had the Lake Murray house, but from what I understand, he had a home down in like the Casey area somewhere, like an older home, like one of those older neighborhoods, so that he could get to work quicker, I guess. I don't know why he didn't do a whole hell of a lot when he got to work, but he wanted to get there quickly to do a shit job. He didn't want to drive down the interstate.
Billy says he's going to wash Kirby's car. That's great.
Noah Sheldon 500. First off, he said that we were looking at going 2-10 for the next several seasons, and now he says South Carolina is going winless this season.
I'll take bets on that. They're not going winless. That's not happening. That's not happening at all. 803-470.
South Carolina is the lagging of the SEC.
Well, you are the wealthy government cheese program.
Sucks to be you, Auburn fan. 3022 says hi.
Yeah. Anyway, the phone number 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905.
Caden Smith says 42-18. Georgia's record against Clemson will be 42-18 after first game of the year.
By the way,
I don't think so.
So here's the thing with that. So someone's running their mouth. Someone said something on the show today about this is finally going to be our year at Georgia. We're going to beat Clemson, and we're going to beat South Carolina, and we're going to go undefeated, and we're going to win the national title. This is the same shit I've heard for 40 years. Just stop. You're not a relevant football program anymore. You don't win the damn SEC. Sorry. The guy that you run your mouth about, Dabo Swinney, has, 2 national titles in the past, 5 years? You don't have that. You got a bunch of bitch. That's what you've got. So don't start with me with that nonsense. You wish you had the program Clemson had. All you've got is a bunch of talented players and a coach that doesn't do anything with them. Simple as that. Haven't had a recruiting class finish lower than 6th in the past 6 years. How many national titles you got? Crickets. There's the number. Call up and yell and say stupid things. 803-470-2905.
He's weird.
Who's weird?
That Kirby Smart is. I mean, you ever listen to one of his interviews? He's got this thing. He's got to take a little breath after he talks. I think he's back there hitting the bowl before he gets up there and take interviews. Like, had a good practice. They worked a little bit on.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Teams and worked on our POs and now watch. Somebody will tell me that. Well, fuck you, you asshole. He has this breathing condition and blah, 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 to try to make me feel bad or something. But no, it ain't working.
Hilarious.
Noah Sheldon 500 says, fuck Clemson. You got beat by Mark Richt. So did we.
Okay. People are upset about my tank top.
That was a long time ago, sir. That's about like me bragging about the 5 in a row.
Hold on. Look at all these guys over here. I'm assuming they're all men upset because I'm wearing a tank top. You're like obsessed because you don't have shoulders. You walk around with little chicken wings. You can't lift your fucking arm up in the air at all. You insecure bastards. That's exactly what you are. Stop with that nonsense. No one cares what you think over there either. Comments over here. Comments over here from the what is it? The peanut gallery. Anyway, Uncle Lou's watching. Shout out to Uncle Lou, who we enjoy his program. I think both of us do. Uncle Lou, I don't know. I didn't catch Uncle Lou's response on how he felt about Muschamp. I don't know.
He's always said that Muschamp works for UGA, so now I guess he was right. I mean, clearly he was. Thank you for the super chat, Uncle Lou.
Uncle Lou just gave us $5 for me. Go fund me for sleeves. Damn it. I might go put hello, son. There's my son. Say hello. Yes. Be careful. You're going to knock the thing down. Anyway, 803-470-2905 if you want to join us on the show. 803-470-2905. And we could talk about Will Muschamp going there. We could talk about Tennessee and how they got an actual class in the top 20. That's impressive in its own right, to be completely honest with you. But we'll take calls on that at 803-470-2905. And Tennessee fans, what do you think about the coach that what your coach did, where he's like, basically, yeah, we offered somebody and all of a sudden we're just, not doing it. I don't get that either.
Noah Sheldon 500 says you got beat by Hudson Mason. No, we didn't. We beat him.
Alan said $5 for Rob to get a shirt.
Damn, son, you need to go naked next time we do this. We'll get enough.
No shit. I'll go balls out. I don't care. By the way, the people that are donating money are just insecure about their sexuality. That's all. Jackpot does have great reactions. You are right about that, Uncle Lou.
Yeah.
Addison Book wants to defund at Uncle Lou. Why do you want to defund Uncle Lou? What the hell did Uncle Lou do to you? You ever notice that? There's some people, like, especially with Uncle Lou, that they either love Uncle Lou or they're like, man, to hell with Uncle Lou. Why is that?
Riley Horton says, talk about South Carolina recruiting. We did. Sure. It was a very short conversation.
Just like the class. There wasn't much to it.
I mean, there's more coming in. There's more coming in transfer portal wise than there was with the actual signing day. I like some of those kids.
I like the big kid, EJ Jenkins, the kid from St. Francis that's 6'8", 235 pounds.
Yeah, yeah. If he's got any speed to him, that could be dangerous. If he's slow as hell,
well, you never know.
He probably
in. Alan says he pictures me in a Hawaiian shirt. I love Hawaiian shirts. Absolutely fucking love them. You're right about that, Alan.
Blake Robinson says Jackpot talking about getting a book of them colossal cash scratch-offs. Dude, that'd be $900. I would totally do that if I knew that I could get a profit back from it, or at least break even. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
But that's a lot. That's some North Carolina ticket.
I miss when Jackpot would he would do the pool where we would we'd throw in some money and then he would drive somewhere and get tickets. You need to do more of that.
Yeah, I don't really have time to do that much anymore. And I kind of got soured out on it. A couple years ago, I had some it's a long story, but basically I had somebody that I was pretty close to in that scratch community that got in his feelings because somebody else got the same ticket number he wanted. And so he threw this big fucking hissy fit. And yeah, I tried to get back into it a little bit, but it just, I don't know, the zest wasn't there anymore. However, there is a video of mine, the one that has gotten the most views, and it's up now. I think it's close to 200,000 views right now. Is me scratching off 4 $30 North Carolina tickets from back in April of 2019. It just shit blew up.
You know what? I will contribute $25 to the next batch of Kale scratch off tickets. But I don't want you buying them in South Carolina because, I want them in like from North Carolina. Those seems like those are winning tickets.
Yeah, they do better. They do okay. Sometimes they're in Georgia. Sometimes they'll be okay. South Carolina tickets suck.
Man, Uncle Lou's getting some hate over here. Adam says Uncle Lou gets me sick moving around in his 6x6 man trailer. And Uncle Lou's quick as a hiccup. It's a she shed.
I like the she shed.
That's
pretty nice
that's
setup.
Some funny shit, Lou. I'm serious. Blake said it's pretty good content when your son comes and hugs you. Keep allowing it. You know what? I'm at work, right? When I'm at my regular job and at Fox Sports Radio here in Columbia, I'm in a box that's soundproof. At home, my son can come and see me whenever he wants. I don't want my son to ever think, hey, I couldn't go and hug my dad because he was being a jerk off with guys talking about football late at night. So my son comes and sees me whenever he wants. My daughters do too. So I keep trying to get my wife to flash me when she's in the kitchen, but she won't do it. These are the things I do when we're on the podcast here. Anyway, Justin says Shane Beamer's going to turn things around. Yeah, just give him time. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I don't know how great of a coach he's going to be, but the reality is that we don't know. We have to give him some time to get out there and actually coach. That's kind of the way to go. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905.
Somebody said something on here said Beamer is a special teams coach. Yeah,
he was a special teams coach. Yeah.
No, we got a special teams coach. His name's Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo. Okay. Anyway, 803-470-2905. Here we got a phone call coming in. And good evening. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. How are you? What's up? Okay, no, can we analyze that for a second? Why do you call him crack pipe? I mean, I love Jackpot, but either one of us, we are too chunky to be crackheads, man.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear him?
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Sure. Mm-hmm. Right.
Nobody can hear him, Lou.
Rob. I'm setting him up here, but caller, you're right, and give me just a second here as I am fixing that. But the reality is, I think that'll do the trick. When they do one of those updates on my computer. Anyway, caller, try again.
Are you there?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, so there we go. Anyway, but yeah, you're talking about for the folks that were listening there, he's talking about comparing Dabo Swinney to Kirby Smart in his first 5 years. That's where you're going with, right, caller?
Correct.
Okay. Well,
correct.
The thing that I have against that, and this is to be respectful, Dabo Swinney didn't have the recruiting classes that Kirby Smart has had. He didn't have half the talent that Kirby Smart has had. That's my biggest thing with him. That and the fact that he consistently, I say consistently, he's messed up at the quarterback position twice in the past, 3 years. That's my big thing with him, man.
I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But if I can get a chance at rebuttal here.
Absolutely.
And look, I get frustrated with Kirby Smart like anybody else. I get absolutely irate with him.
Mm-hmm.
But on the JT Daniels issue this year, if you listen to Munkins, I think it was one of the last times he actually spoke to the media. He mentioned that JT Daniels did get cleared at at an earlier point during the season, but that JT basically felt like, hey, something isn't right. Let me go down with the scout team or number 2, whatever it was. So there's no way that anybody will ever convince me that any normal functioning brain would look at that quarterback room and what was on the field and say, hey, this guy, Stetson Bennett, is better than JT Daniels. You can't honestly think that something happened there that we don't quite know about yet. There's no way that's not true. Something was going on. Okay. I know he got cleared today, but if you listen to what Monken said, he was talking about JT coming to them and saying, hey, listen, I know I'm cleared to play. Something isn't right here. So it took a few more weeks for him to get comfortable. Okay. On the Justin Fields issue, look, you had a guy in Fromm, and I'm not a big Fromm fan, but the previous season had just led them to within one play of a national title. Clearly, he was not the most physically gifted quarterback between the two, but I think that's really, really hard to snatch that guy off the field and let Fields take over. I think that's a – go ahead.
I can respectfully get with that. Jack Potter, you buying that?
Yeah, I can.
But I can understand the Fields thing, but from another perspective, he had Daniels as like his 3rd best quarterback this year, and Stetson Bennett was terrible. I mean, just terrible, man. And to not be able to see that Daniels was as good as he is, I mean, that says something about your staff. And I'm not saying you beat Alabama, but I think you would have been a hell of a lot closer if JT Daniels was on the field than over Bennett. And I'm completely from the outside looking in. I'm sure Georgia fans have talked about that forever, but if I was a Georgia fan, I would be beyond pissed off after the way they played in that Alabama game with Bennett, who looked shell-shocked from the start. Can you imagine if there would have been actual Alabama fans there? 80,000 fans, about 8 teeth between all of them. But, they've been beating shit and raising hell. I mean, he may have had a heart attack right there in the middle of the field.
I understand that, but you're making the assumption that JT Daniels was actually ready to step in there, and it was merely Kirby's dumbass who kept him from doing so. And I'm telling you, there is no way that was true. Look, an 8th grader could step out there and pick who's a better quarterback between the two. There's just no way. I mean, it's too far-fetched to look at the difference in talent and think that anybody who's ever seen a football would choose, without some kind of outside circumstance, Stetson Bennett over JT Daniels. Obviously, there was more to it than we know.
Well, then why can't? Well, and I get that, and I can respect that. But the reality is that if I'm the coach, come out and tell us what the hell's going on. You got a press conference. Kirby Smart can call a press conference right now from his bedroom, and people will show up, and he can enlighten us as to why this kid didn't play. Now, if it was medical, I get it. If it, because of HIPAA and everything else, but for that young man not to see the field is just bad. Just doesn't look good at all. But on the other end, my other thing with them is, in the past 6 years, and I haven't looked any further than that, they haven't finished anywhere as far as lower than 6th in recruiting. So I think when you have that much talent, you should expect more. You shouldn't have games like the matchup with Florida this year and stuff like that. It just seems like every year there's just kind of a dud there. And that's my big issue with Smart.
And I'm glad you brought up recruiting, because you almost dish it off like there's some kind of recruiting fairy out there who just blesses certain teams with special classes. But that's Kirby Smart doing that. That's him bringing those classes in. You're not bringing up that part of it. He absolutely elevated those classes over Mark Richt, which I heard you say he's Mark Richt 2.0.
Yeah.
I can give you stat after stat to prove that's absolutely incorrect. But again, and you've heard it on Uncle Lou's show, he didn't get Richt's first 5 years were great. They were great 5 years. People are using that as an insult when it's not an insult at all. Look at his record over his first 5 years. It was pretty damn good.
I just think with that amount of talent that they have and the talent that Georgia puts in the NFL, they shouldn't have dud games like they have every year. I mean, that's just
what the only two dud games we had this year was obviously a quarterback issue. I mean, anybody who see that was a difference in the game, but
let me ask you this: who do you lay that at the feet of then? And I'm serious. When you're the head coach, you're responsible for all that. He's getting paid what, $6 million a year? Are we just not supposed to blame him for the shortcomings of the Georgia program?
Well, he wasn't responsible for the number one quarterback supposedly opting out because of COVID. The number two quarterback, who we think would have been number two anyway, would have been out there, but I still think there was something medical going on there that we don't quite know yet. Now, on the communication issue where you said he could call a press conference and explain, absolutely, but that's a whole different issue than what was actually on the field. Okay.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Look, we goof on Kirby Smart in here, but I respect what he's done there. I mean, bringing in all that talent is not easy. You're absolutely right. I'm not convinced that he completely understands the offensive side of the ball, to be completely honest. And until he shows me that, I'm going to hold that over his head. Now, Georgia's going to be a team that's in the top 10 every year. I'm not, going crazy over that. What you got, Jackpot?
You don't really have an offensive identity.
Yeah. You want to respond to that?
I think, I think that they would have, but I think he saw the way college football was changing, and I do think there is an identity crisis there. But I think the pieces are in place to firmly kind of erase that little issue now. But hey, I do want to speak to Jackpot really quick. Obviously, I take shots at him, but it's just because I like him. But he went on that famous now rant earlier. I think it was one of your last shows about if my team went 7-4, 7-5, whatever the case may be, we would have jumped ship a long time ago. I just want to let him know I'm a Georgia fan in Gainesville. I suffered through Ray Goff, Jim Donnan in Gainesville, so he can lay that at the feet of a lot of other folks. But I'm sorry, I've paid my dues.
God bless
it couldn't be any worse, and it's every bit of what you're dealing with now, brother. I promise you.
Yeah, Goff sucked. Can I say that without pissing Georgia fans off? Ray Goff sucked.
He lost to South Carolina more times than he beat them.
Hey, man, appreciate you calling, buddy. Thank you so much.
Let me
go ahead, Jackpot.
Let me address a couple of questions over here in the comment section. Blake Robinson says, Jackpot, how you liking that new $20 100X ticket? Played it a couple of times, won a little bit on it. That's in North Carolina. Nothing really to speak of. Jackpot, this is Adam Matthews. Do you think your head will shine like Frank Martin's? No, there's no way I can get that angry. Blake Robinson says, Jackpot, what food reviews you have lined up for the future? I want to do Russia's. And when I'm in Columbia, I also want to try to do Del Taco because we don't have a Del here in the upstate anymore. And I gotta try that my uva biscuit from Bojangles. I was gonna get it from up here on Sunday, and I just didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like doing anything really on Sunday, so I didn't. And the people up here at Bojangles are stupid as fuck, and they probably wouldn't be able to figure that one out, even though it's supposed to be on the secret menu now. Also, Adam Matthews says, let's talk about Dabo when he got out of a DUI when he was new at being a head coach. I thought it was a speeding ticket.
I don't know. I think it may have been a speeding ticket. I don't know.
It was a speeding. It wasn't a DUI. Marcus Mariota says, man, you guys talk about Odger teams so much, but I guess I don't blame you. If my home team sucked that much wiener, well, I would too. Ha. Sir, you lost to the Beeve.
Caden says, as much as I talk about Georgia, I should rename the show Georgia Football Talk. I've talked about everyone, and I rip everyone, so I don't know what you're talking about. Your thoughts on Morgan Wallen, Jackpot? What do you think about
Marcus says, Kel, you coming with me to Washington next week. Bring your Confederate flag. Don't have one. Sorry.
Try Hardy's.
I did in high school. I had one on the front of my Ford Bronco, but then I grew up.
And you grew up. Okay. 803-470-2905. Last call for calls this evening. Blake says you should try the Hardy's omelet biscuit. I told you when you come to Columbia, I'll buy your rushes and I'll film the whole thing for you. I don't know what you're going to get at Rush's. You got to get a hamburger at Rush's.
Yeah, that's normally my go-to when I'm there. They do have fried chicken though, but I'm just not I don't know. I'm not a huge fried chicken guy.
Yeah. Let's see who's calling us on the phone here. And good evening. Welcome into the show. How are you?
Hey, you guys.
What's up?
I'm all right. How about y'all?
Good. What you got for the show?
Good.
Hey, I'm called Sea Dog. I'm a Georgia Tech fan.
Georgia Tech has fans? I didn't know this, Jackpot.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually I'm always in the comments talking about to hell with Georgia and all that. I can't stand them.
Okay.
Did you watch the basketball game a few weeks ago when you guys drummed Clemson at home?
Oh man, I gotta be honest, man. I'm a football guy. I don't give too much. Well, I mean, I don't care. I'll cheer for us and dang thumb wrestling. I really don't care. But
why you got to bring up old?
Yeah,
shit,
that's
Jackpot?
awesome, man.
Why you got to bring up old shit?
But yeah. So man, did Jackpot? So have you all seen the news that Derek Moore is coming to South Carolina? I'm not sure. I haven't been able to tune in lately, so I wasn't sure.
Yes.
If you talked about it.
He's the director of player, like he's like the motivational dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he's our chaplain, man. Man, have you seen like the motivational videos?
Yeah, I
stuff
have.
Yeah. He makes you want to
pull that one off. That was he's obviously very well thought of though. And I can see why.
Yeah, we're gonna miss him for sure. That's a huge. You know, if I had to pick a team for him to go to, it'd be South Carolina, man. You guys, you know, us crappy teams gotta stick together. You know what I mean?
Yes, we do. Hey, well, I mean, we need to have a good chaplain down there, Rob. You remember a few years ago? Remember,
Peters stick together. It's just so cute. Y'all can just hold hands and walk around.
You remember, Rob, when Shithead took over, he fired the chaplain down at South Carolina. Remember that?
Yeah. How do you go into a football program and fire the chaplain?
He said that he didn't want something about. I don't know. Something about his messages were, I don't know, one-sided, or it's something that had to do with diversity.
You're a chaplain. It's Jesus. Jesus is your message. I don't
know. But if I was taking over a shit show football program, I mean, that would probably be like the last thing on my mind, to be honest. Just fire the chaplain. So, but that's Will Muschamp for you. I mean. No,
insane.
Fucking
he was trying to install his system, man.
Jesus,
didn't fit the system.
All right, caller. Well, I appreciate you're the first Georgia Tech fan to call the show, so thank you, Mr. Georgia Tech fan. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Hey, you guys take care of Demo, man. That's a huge game for you guys, and I really wish you luck. Hope you beat them Bulldogs. Go Jackets and to hell with Georgia.
There you go. The Georgia fan's upset with an actual Georgia Tech fan calling. I think Georgia Tech wins like 1 out of every 9 matchups with Georgia. It's like LSU playing Alabama.
They had a little string going against them there for a few years, but Brandon Kuhn so eloquently points out Georgia Tech kicked Clemson's ass in 2014. Yeah, they did. They there for a while. You guys were kind of back and forth with them, but Clemson's owned them pretty much of late. So
and once they figured out that Paul Johnson offense, it was, not too complicated. Jerome says, I spotted Muschamp burning one of those cop cars in a riot. Damn it, Jerome. Oh, hell. All right, here we go. Another call into the show this evening. Good evening. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. What's up? Speak your mind. All right. Well,
I wanted to comment here. He's asked me several times. Hayden Long in the comment section says Jackpot am I going live for the Super Bowl? Probably not. I'm not a fan of the NFL game, to be honest with you. So I'll probably set that one out. I will be watching it though. I mean, I watch the important games. I watch the Panthers play usually if I'm around, but I'm not big in the NFL for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Well, I don't, man, I'm the NFL annoys me with
Brandon Coon says Georgia Tech also beat Clemson in the 2009 ACC championship game, but yes, last 5 years Clemson has owned Tech. Do y'all five bomb them? You got a T-shirt with 5 fingers on the back of it like I had.
Boy, that shirt's looking bad right now.
That shirt doesn't exist anymore. I think I used it to I don't know. I cleaned up some paint with it, I think, a few years back when I was doing some work out in the shit. Huh?
Did you burn it?
I peed on it, I think, and I threw it away.
So you pissed on your 5 bomb shirt and threw it away.
Fuck it.
Shit. Jerome says he's not happy with Muschamp and all that buyout money. Yeah, here we go. Let's answer the call here. And good evening. Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. What do you have for the program this evening?
Yeah, I just want to say fire Brad Brownell. Go Tigers. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks for calling. You want to fire Brad Brownell? Okay.
He had a pretty big win. He got a pretty big win last night. Though I have to say,
go ahead.
Clemson been known to Clemson kind of owns North Carolina and Little John Coliseum. It's been a while since they've North Carolina's won over there. So yeah, that's not that surprising. They weren't even really ranked, were they?
No, Clemson has won 2 out of the last 4 with North Carolina. And when you're a shithole program in basketball like Clemson is, that's a big deal. Winning 2 out of 4
I went over there. I took my son and 2 of his friends over there to see them play UNC. I think it was in the 2018 season, and Clemson won. So I was like, fuck.
Did you wear? I could see you in your Clemson basketball jersey there, Cal. But that was hot.
No, I actually had on my Ingles clothes. I just took my tie off because I went straight there from work, and I was in Easley, and I went straight from work to meet the boys. Came over to the store, and then we went over to Porta John, and because one of the kids was a UNC fan, so that was the deal with that. But what about Gamecocks? Nice road win tonight over a ranked Florida team. I think that was the first time we beaten Florida since we advanced to the Final Four a few years back.
It was the first road win of the season for the Gamecocks. I think they're currently going into today. They were 105 in the net rankings. That'll improve with that win, so that's a good thing. Clemson right now is like 51, but all that's built on the fact that they started so well in the season. So, yeah, I don't know what to think of South Carolina.
I don't either. I mean, that's not. I mean, I don't know if that's not the most damn Gamecock thing to damn do. Go lose. You go. you beat the number 22 team in the country on the road, one of your rivals that you historically not had a lot of success against, 3 days after just going on the road and just dropping a huge chunky deuce in your BVDs and losing to a 0-6 conference team. I mean, it makes no fucking sense, and badly at that.
Yeah. Makes
no sense. Makes no
sense. Blake with a good point there. South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State all need the SEC tournament to be played this year. You know, I think that the NCAA is going to lean on a lot of these conferences not to have their tournaments because they're already going to play the NCAA tournament in a bubble. I think they're just going to crown regular season champions and bolt and then just go from there. I don't think we're going to have all of the tournaments that we've had.
What we got? Okay, we're going to play the NCAA tournament in a bubble. What do you think? Honestly, do you see any difference this year in attendance wise? You think any of that we'll see in the attendance restrictions lifted this year for football? Do you see more?
No, I think I'm Johnny Q optimist here on this front. I think by the time football season gets here, I think the majority of our country is going to be vaccinated. I think the vaccination we'll have herd immunity by vaccination basically by the time football season gets here. And I think they'll start out at like 50% crowds, but by November when Clemson comes down for the kick and chicken, it should be a packed house at Williams-Brice. I really believe that. I think by the end of the season, it's gonna be fully out there.
One of your Clemson faithful over there on Facebook was crying about that game having to be played. That game having to be played in Columbia 2 times in a row. I mean, what he said it had nothing.
Yeah, I wish that they could have worked something out, but on the other hand, the way I looked at it was that game was just canceled last year, and
you just can't jack up the schedules like that for years to come.
There's a section of Clemson fans that are upset about it, but to me, it's just like that game was scheduled to be in Columbia this year, and it's in Columbia on the odd years and in Clemson on the even years. So that's just the way that it is. I don't think you should throw it off, in my opinion. But I mean, there's bigger things to bitch about,
without question.
Without question. So there's that. We will be doing our bracket challenge. Stay in mind for that. We will send out the link for all of that.
Morgan says he saw a Georgia article crying about having to play in Bobby Dodd twice in a row too. Surely not. Surely they didn't.
No, Georgia didn't do that.
Georgia didn't bitch.
Noah Sheldon says he's going to call in really quick.
Quit saying you're going to do it and do it, damn it.
I thought turn the phones on. I just turned them back on. Have at it. Call in.
You already typed that in the comment section 3 times.
Yeah.
Clemson would win big either way.
Well, and Georgia would beat the crap out of Georgia Tech and Bobby Dodd too. I mean, it doesn't matter. Bobby Dodd, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Forever the optimist.
Exactly. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
Yeah, this is Noah Sheldon 500. I can't trash talk Georgia Tech.
Wait. It's 10:26 at night. You need to, first of all, slow down a little bit and tell us why you're going to trash talk Georgia Tech. Why are you going to trash talk the smart kids at 10:26 at night, sir? He hung up.
Well, that was enlightening. That was the caller of the year.
Caller of the year. I'm closing the phones because it's not going to get better than that. Sorry, guys. We'll be back at it on Sunday night. Thank you for the super chats this evening. I'm taking the $15 in super chats we got. They were all just in awe of my wonderful shoulders, Jackpot. That's the way I'm taking it now.
Well, I mean, those shoulders are magical.
magical, ladies and gentlemen. That's basically what it is. Anyway, Jackpot, it's been fun. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Peace. We're out.